Okay, so let's take a look at the calendar and how that all works. So we'll go to coursework, like usual, and then scroll down to calendar, and then we'll see the calendar over here, right? And then here I'm in agenda mode, so if I look here it'll say agenda, and then it's listed by date, okay? So right now I already have in here some assignments. So here's a quiz that's due December 29th at 11:59 p.m. And there's another quiz due the same day, right? So it's going to list them all under date here because we've sorted by date. And then I have some discussions as well right here, okay? And then the next date is December 31st at 11:59 p.m. and then underneath that everything is listed. I can also filter by other things. So for example, if you wanted to, you could sort by the course. So here's the course I'm currently in. There's going to be a huge list of assignments. Then you can also sort by category. So all my written assignments, in this case my film responses, will be lumped together. So here we have all my assignments, right? Film response 1, 2, and 3. And if I scroll down, I can see all my discussions, and then below that will be all my quizzes and my exams. You can also look at it by day, so each day. And then since I've got it set to be the due dates to be at the end of the day, it will show everything down here, which is not really that useful, right, at 11:59 p.m. So and if I click on these, it'll show me what's due, right? So here are the quizzes. Okay, so I can see at a glance, kind of, that there are 5 things due around the midnight hour on December 29th. Okay, I could also look at it by week. So here we have, you have some stuff due the 29th, the 31st, the 2nd. So I've got like 2-day modules with everything due on that 2nd day. Then you can look at it by month. I find this really useful because you can compare this to your syllabus and say, okay, I've got 5 things due on Tuesday, 4 things due on Thursday, and then you can kind of click on them and then get a quick idea of which things they are. So that's useful. And you can also just list everything out as well by going to list. Okay, so the way you do this to make sure that things get into the calendar, you'll have to set a due date or availability dates or a lock date. So for me, and I know you have discussions, I am using, since these ones are live right now, let me go down here. So here's a Module 3 discussion, and if we go into it, edit the topic, I'll show you how I put it into the calendar. So we'll go under restrictions. So you can put it into the calendar by setting the availability date. So as long as you have an end date here and then you select calendar, it'll put it into the calendar. And if you do that, it's not going to be accessible at all. The students won't be able to see the post or anything after that date. But you can also lock it, right? So this is what I've done here, or unlock it, as the case may be. I'm going to unlock the topic for a certain time period. I have not set a start date since it's an intercession course and I want them to be able to move ahead if they need to. But I did set an end date, and then I also selected display and calendar. If you don't select display and calendar, obviously it's not going to show up. And what this will do is allow students to go back and view the post if they need to, and it'll also put it into the calendar. So, and then we can do the same things for the quizzes and exams. So let's just go in and look at this midterm exam. So we'll go in again like we do to restrictions. And then here I have set a due date instead of a start date and an end date. Because again, the start date and end date is going to affect the visibility. They'll be able to see it's there, but they won't be able to click into it. So either way you can do this, and it will end up in the calendar. So if I set a start and end date, I'm going to want to select display in calendar. But since I have a due date, it's going to display in the calendar automatically. Okay, and I think you have an assignment, like a journal assignment in some of your classes, so let's go and just look at this real quick. Assignments. Okay, so let me just go to Film Response 3, we'll click the down arrow, we'll edit the assignment, and then we'll go into restrictions. And again, same thing, in this case I have a due date instead of a start and end date. So this due date is going to put it into the calendar. Okay, so if I select the due date, it's going to put it into the calendar automatically. But if I only select an end date, which affects the availability, let's just make it for right now, or basically now. I'm going to save and close, and then we'll go to the calendar, and I'll show you how it looks. So let's go to the calendar, coursework, and then calendar. Okay, so if we look in the calendar, and under agenda, here is a discussion, and I've locked it, and this is how it appears. And then if we scroll down, this is a quiz, and I've set the due date, and so this is how it appears to the student. And then for Film Response 1, a written assignment, I've set the availability date, and this is how it appears. So I hope that's helpful. I'll talk to you later. Bye.